Hello everyone, this is Professor Chartered Accountant Dhaval Thakkar from JK Shah Classes, and today with us Mr. Vishesh is there. He scored All India rank 27 at CA final. Boss, this is not a joke. So first of all, congratulations for putting all your efforts and giving this kind of result to us, and we are very proud of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So today Vishesh is going to guide, or I can say he's going to share his experience with all the juniors. Definitely, he will be sharing his experience where he went wrong, where he want to correct himself, or I can say, let us say, example, he wants to give some tips to the juniors, or I can say which subject was very like he was very bad in that subject or something like that. So I'll just ask first of all one question to Vishesh. Tell me about your CA final journey, like how you are feeling right now.
Firstly, I began the classes really early. Once the inter results were out, and before starting the articleship, I had enrolled for the CA final batch with JK Shah itself. Because my experience in the CA inter was excellent, so I wanted to do all the subject here itself.
Great.
And then, like when the CA final, when the articleship started, it started becoming a little difficult. But in the first year, you don't have so much work, so you can manage the lectures plus the studies in hand. Plus, then when the second year approached, then it became really difficult for me to manage studies as well as the final lectures. But there are some off time during the year, so for example, for me, I was in the start audit domain, so there were like November and December were like off season, and then February, March were like a little leisure time. So during that time, I used to extend the lecture hours and complete the studies in hand. And before going for the study final leave, I was able to complete FR and AFM once, self study. With the lectures, I had revised once FR and AFM both, so that helped me a lot.
Oh, great. So, dear students, one important point I want to address in what he said. So, first of all, he said that he joined the very first batch of CA final, like which starts immediately after the result. Because many of the students thinks कि let us say CA final के exam को तो बहुत time है, 3 साल के बाद exam आने वाली है, so we will join later on, we will join the class later on. But he joined the very first batch, जिसका उसको बहुत बड़ा advantage मिला. As you also said, in the very first year of articleship, there is a lot of relaxation period, or I can say less workload is there in the first year, right?
Yes.
So in that first year only, he managed to complete at least 2 subjects, and he said that obviously first year में articleship में काम कम है, तो थोड़ा पढ़ाई ज़्यादा कर लेते हैं ताकि second year and third year of articleship में pressure कम हो, because obviously he belongs to the old scheme for articleship and for the new scheme for CA final curriculum.
Yes.
So he belongs to the batch where there was an articleship period of 3 years. Now definitely the new scheme says that only 2 years of articleship is required. But the important part is in the very first year of articleship there is a less workload. So definitely if you start early or CA final batches, you will get the add-on advantage as compared to the other students who are starting their studies later on. So the most important part, as he addressed, that we have to start our CA final journey immediately after passing CA inter results, right?
Yes.
And also he mentioned that he completed his AFM and
FR.
FR revision before the batch got over, right?
Before CA final study leaves.
Okay, before CA final study leaves, definitely that is the time where
Yes.
the syllabus also gets over
Yes,
here
yes.
at JKS.
Yes.
So once the syllabus is getting over, generally students start revising after that. But what he did, he completed 2 subject revision before that only. So by the time हम JK Shah classes में syllabus खत्म करे और he is going for the study leave, before that he has completed 2 subject revision. That was nothing but the biggest advantage which he had. So that helped him to score rank, and he scored how many marks in AFM?
AFM 87.
Superb. He scored 87 marks in AFM and FR
80.
Oh, superb. 80 marks. That is much more than the exemption.
Yes.
So that was the biggest reason he scored very good marks in these two. I think the highest marks in AFM, right? All amongst all 6.
Yes, yes, that was the highest.
Okay.
87 was the highest.
Okay. So that was a strategy which he followed, that he did revision of both the subjects before he went for the study. So advice to all the juniors, or I can say the students who are planning for now CA final journey, यू कैनॉट वेट कि भाई लेट अस एग्जांपल जब मैं स्टडी लीव पे जाऊंगा तब मैं मेरा रिवीजन स्टार्ट करूंगा, जब जेके शाह क्लासेस में सिलेबस खत्म होगा तब मैं मेरा रिवीजन स्टार्ट करूंगा. द आंसर इज नो. इफ यू आर एमिंग फॉर रैंक, If he did, you can definitely do it. Along with your articleship, start to complete the revision of the subjects which are already done in the class. Don't wait till the syllabus is getting over. So thank you for this insight information. Now I want to ask one more question. uh, Tell me about any of the subject which was like became a villain in your like mark sheet, or I can say villain in your syllabus.
Like for most of the students, I will say it, most of the students will agree it will be audit. Like
Yes.
because how much ever you work on that, you don't get what to write in the exam and what I say expects from you to write. So basically I just tried to complete it as and when possible. Try like I started, to be honest, I started this subject when I was on study leave. So I used to watch the lecture, I used to revise it. Like so suppose like one essay got over, then I used to revise that whole essay again, so that I get a grip on that on that essay, so that it becomes easier for me when I do subsequent revisions.
Okay.
And then once I completed like a big topic, say like professional ethics. So I give another day or two for revising that entire topic, so that it becomes like what it is one of the most important topics. So it becomes imprinted in my mind, and I can write well in that exam.
So the major target was on multiple revision.
Yes.
So it was not like कि भाई मैंने अभी पढ़ लिया ठीक है, अभी मैं 2 या 3 महीने के बाद जब मेरा एग्जाम होगा या
Yes.
जब मुझे प्रीलिम लिखनी है, that time I will revise.
Yes.
So again, what he said that you have to keep on revising one concept again and again, because you can't expect that once you will read you will remember forever and then directly exam के time पे हम पढ़ के एक बार exam लिख के आएंगे. So that is not going to happen. And the most important thing is, yeah, as he correctly said that uh, it is very difficult to write audit paper, because ICA's expectation is something different which we cannot even realize, or I can say we cannot even imagine. Because same happened with me in my CA final journey. Even I faced lot of difficulties in audit subject, because when you read audit subject, it's look like a very easy subject, or I can say very familiar, because it connects to the practical life also, because if you're doing auditing, articleship, etc. But when you start writing, then it becomes difficult. So definitely you have to revise same subject, same standard, same concept again and again, so it will get printed in your mind. One more question, Vishesh, is like, how you manage your articleship and CA final studies? Because these days this has become a challenging task, because many of the students are doing articleship from their big size firm or a mid size firm. There is a lot of workload. Along with that, you have to manage your class also, and you also did your articleship from big size firm,
Yes.
right?
Like
So you please share some insight how you manage your like work life balance. कैसे manage किया, please share.
like जैसे कि like for every like during every quarter and there used to be a lot of work. So during that time I used to like not do studies like that often, but once the season got over, I used to try to extend the hours. So like if I was doing one lecture, then I would try to do two lectures in a day during that time, so that the backlog doesn't get created too often, and to revise again and again. And like when I was traveling, I used to just watch the revision videos which JK Shah had uploaded, which helped me a lot. So like for example, for FR and AFM, I used to do that. Like I had like when I was doing another subject as well, I used to watch FR and AFM revision lectures, so that once DT got over, I got a time to complete that FR AFM, and I was in grip with that subject as well.
Oh, great. So, dear students, he mentioned one thing, that he used to watch the revision video during traveling time. These days, students just keep on scrolling the Instagram reels and they just keep on wasting the time. But he used to watch the revision videos during the traveling time, because obviously once you are done with your subject, you will take the another subject. Let us say example, he finished with FR and AFM, then he will start with DTIDT. So once you are starting with DTIDT, it will take definitely a lot of time, but along with that he used to revise earlier two subject which he completed early. So he used to keep on revising the things again and again, so he will be in touch with those subjects. So most important thing is you have to be in touch with the subject, because you cannot expect that, let us say example, you will complete your AFM and FR, and then after 2 or 3 months or 4 months, once you take that subject again, you will remember everything. So dear students, you have to keep on revising subject again and again, and definitely to balance the work life. He also mentioned during like peak season, when there is a quarter and there is a lot of work, you used to manage to watch one lecture, or I can say one recording. But when there is a off season, that time he used to increase the number of hours for studies. He used to compensate those. So obviously, like let us say example, Diwali vacation is
Yes.
there, Christmas vacation is there,
Year-end
or
leaves.
some year end leaves are there. So in that case you used to watch more lectures. So compensating this time in your off season period is very much important. So please mark this important thing, because majority of the students just they complain, sir time nahi milta hai, right?
Yes.
So sir office hai, sir class kaise attend kare, sir revision kaise kare. Agreed, when there is a peak season we have to learn also, articleship is also very important, wahan se hi seekhne milega practical काम. But when there is off season you have to compensate that, and you have to work, you have to study for more number of hours. Okay. Any mistake which you made during your CA journey, or I can just
Like during the start of the study leaves, like I used to spend a little extra time on the mobile. It was becoming like 1 hour to 2 hour a day per day, like which is way too much when you are on study leave. So like once my senior who was like she used to watch the yeah, like availability on the
okay,
Instagram, and then
okay,
she told me like you cut this off for like 2 3 to 4 months and then you can resume back. So that was the one mistake I made, and I don't think so anything else. Like
okay. So it is like not only you are making this mistake, or you made this mistake. Everyone in this
yes,
Gen Z or I can say generation is making this mistake. So what he said, he used to waste his time on Instagram or a mobile phone for 1 hour or 2 hours. So yes, as you said, there is a like application called as a digital well-being in
yes,
your mobile phone. You can check. So obviously you have to control on that, because social media can be resumed later on also, because exams cannot be resumed. Yeah, there are many students who think that after September there will be
yes,
Jan or May, but you have to stick to your attempt only. And yes, so as he mentioned, you have to reduce your social media usage, or I can say you have to restrict. Definitely that can be resumed later on also. Once you clear your exam, then you have entire life to use that social media. Now, which is your original attempt was
November
November 25,
5.
right? And right now, dear students, we are sitting in November
November.
25, and he is a chartered accountant. So, as you are aware that for November students, now there is no November attempt or no November cycle. So, for November students, now there are two options. Either they can go for either September, provided their articleship period is getting over, and second option is nothing but they can go for the January. So he choose to take for September attempt.
September.
So how you plan? Because obviously when you are like entering into CA final, when you are registering for CA final course, or I can say you're registering for articleship, you are mentally earlier prepared. बस मुझे नवंबर अटेम्प्ट में एग्जाम देना है. अब नवंबर अटेम्प्ट में एग्जाम देना है, पहले ही मेंटली प्रिपेयर था, एंड सडनली ICA is giving you option, either you can prepone or postpone. So majority of the student postpone, majority of the students, but few students plan to prepone their exam. So 2 months of deficit, according to me, it is nothing but the
Yes.
deficit only. But how you manage your entire studies in this deficit?
So firstly, like it was like March end when I said released the notification. Till that time, I was like on the verge of completing FR and AFM once. So that gave me courage. Like I can do the calculations and I can give a September attempt. So like my major pending one was audit. So like I had planned like earlier that I would watch during April and May I will watch the lectures and revise it. But since the notification came, I requested the my office to release me earlier, so they released till like 15th April. So like then I started with the audit and I was doing other subjects. But because I had completed two subjects earlier, I was able to give the exam. Like just I had to work a little extra, but I was able to complete the what how many revisions I had planned.
So one important point, what he said, he was ready for all contingencies.
Yes.
So he completed his FR and AFM that helped him to be ready for upcoming contingencies. Dear students, you don't know what is going to come in next 2 or 3 years. Definitely, I'm not expecting ICA to change the cycle again. But what if some contingencies come? Let us say, example, one additional subject will be added, or I can say exam dates get preponed or postponed, whatever. So for that, you have to be ready for all this stuff, or I can say all these contingencies. For that, you have to plan well in advance. So again, same thing which I just said 10 minutes before. You cannot expect that let us complete JKC lectures, let us complete articleship, or like let us say go for the study leave, and then we will start with the revision. This is completely wrong approach. You have to start revision well in advance. As and when the subject is getting over, start revising. And definitely one more thing, when you are starting with the next subject, you have to also revise the earlier subject which you completed. You have to watch the revision lectures. You have to keep on revising, or you have to be in touch with those subjects. So that is very important information which he said. Vishesh, one more thing, how JKC helped you in this journey, or I can say what was the contribution JKC made in this journey?
So firstly, the material the JKC provided was spot on. Like it helped me a lot during when I was revising the things. So say like a professor is teaching something else and the study material which the classes is providing is something else. It doesn't make any sense. But the professors here were teaching what we were provided the study material what the professors were teaching. So that helped a lot when we were revising the things. And secondly, there were revision videos which JKC had uploaded. So if we have learned from the same professor, it helped us a lot during the while we were revising the things. So in these two ways, and then the test series. So say like I attempted two test series at least for all the subject. Like JKC had conducted three per subject, but I had attempted two, which helped me a lot when I was giving the exam. Like I was a little tension free when I was sitting for the exam. Yes.
Okay. So, dear students, it is very important to appear for all the prelims. Obviously, we request all the students to appear for all the prelims, but many of the students didn't turn up because they have a fear. अरे यार मैं exam दूंगा, marks कम आएंगे, I'll get demotivated, I'll get like frustrated if I'll not get good marks, etc. But what he said, when he appeared for at least two prelims, see, we conducted three prelims, but he appeared at least for the two prelims, he got confidence. Because when you write, when you come for the exam, there is something which is called as you plan for the time management. You will come to know whether you are able to complete your paper in given time frame or not, whether you are able to answer, whether you are able to handle the entire subject or not. Because see, what happens when you are revising the subject, you will revise one single chapter. Let us say example, chapter number 1, then chapter 2, chapter 3. So there is a series going on. But when you sit for the 100-mark paper, when you sit for the prelim, entire subject will come together, and whether you are able to recollect everything together or not, that you will come to know. So appearing for the prelim is very important. As he said, he was tension free, that he appeared for the two prelims, he got good marks in the prelim also, and then he went for the ICA exam. So first of all, mentally he was relaxed, he was confident. See, in ICA exam, mind game is very much
Yes.
important. You have to be mentally free, you have to be stress free, you have to be confident. Okay. So next, what suggestion you want to give to your juniors? Matlab, like you want to tell them that please don't repeat this mistake, or I can say, let us say example, in this particular subject you have to be very much careful, or I can say this should be the way you have to go ahead, something like.
Like for audit, written practice is a must. So just like going through the books won't help. You have to write the concepts, like write the keywords, and that will help for the exams. So once you will write it, we tend to remember things better, and we will be able to write better language which ICI expects us to write, and it will help to boost the marks. Secondly, like when we are doing practical subjects, a complete pen and paper, not just like skimming through the sums won't help. Like just jotting down the steps or like quick solving, doing it on the calculator and all the steps, it helps a lot. And for DTIDT, like going through the question bank and the entire concept book which JKSC has provided, that helps a lot.
Okay, so if I want to summarize this, you are focusing more on writing practice,
Yes.
because these days students just do auditing of all the subjects. So they score very less in audit, but they do auditing of all the subject. But that is not the correct way. As he mentioned, you have to write, because when you write, you will be able to remember fast. So even subject like practical subject, as he also said, that you have to write, you have to do writing practice. He's saying definitely you are not supposed to write with the full presentation, but at least you have to do calculation, rough work, get the final answer quickly. So writing practice is must. When you write, you will be able to remember. There's a muscle mind connection which will develop when you write. Okay. So tell me about your daily routine. How many hours you used to study? Because many of the students are, sir, कितना घंटा पढ़ाई करना चाहिए?
Like during the starting period, it was like 12 to 13 hours when I was on study leave.
Okay.
But that I increased by a little, which became 13 to 14 hours. Like I wasn't able to increase it to 15, 16, but throughout the 4.5 month period, it was 12, 13, 14 hours.
Okay, so as he said that he used to study for 13 to 14 hours. Guys, he's all India ranker. If you are also aiming for rank, you have to raise your bar. You have to study for at least 13 to 14 hours. He is not expecting you to study for 18, 19 hours. Don't worry, you can sleep for 9 hours. And then balance hours you can study. Definitely you have to reduce your social media usage, which will help you to increase your study hours. Okay. Uh, Vishesh, tell me about your free time. Let us say example 13, 14 hours, or I can say 12, 13 hours you are studying and you're sleeping for 7, 8 hours and then or 9 hours. What you used to do in your free time, like 2, 3 hours, any hobby or something, or whether you are suggesting your juniors to continue with their hobby or they have to discontinue and they have to just focus on their studies or what?
Like, so I was fond of chess, so I used to play chess for some time. So that was one of my pastimes, and like during each and every evening time, I used to go down for a walk and talk to the friends who I know. And they were not CA friends, but still a word with them will help me and cheer me up for the next sessions to come.
Great, great, great. So he used to play chess. Definitely, you can continue with the hobbies also. So obviously, entire day sitting at one place studying, and that is not going to work. Definitely, you have to take a couple of breaks. He used to go down in the evening, meet friends, non-CA friends. Because if you will meet CA friends, they will talk about only studies. So he used to meet his non-CA friends. He used to talk about any topic, and then he used to get relaxed. So one more last question. What is your motivation for getting the rank? Some background story or something.
So like I do not belong to a very good family. Like we are a proper we are a typical middle class family. So and my sisters are like they
Now
have
you are
taken
no
a
more.
lot.
You are a chartered accountant.
Yes, yes,
Now you are no more.
and my sisters have taken a little extra time, so that acted as a motivation. And my one cousin brother has already secured AIR 6 in CA
Oh,
finals,
super.
and that was like the biggest motivation for me. Like I have to get another rank so that my parents can feel what his parents would have felt.
Great, great. So he wanted to make him, or I can say his parents proud. So that is the reason he worked very hard. He got All India rank 27. Uh, can you tell me about your past experience about CA Foundation Inter? मतलब आपको क्या Foundation Inter में भी rank था or you just directly got rank at CA final level?
I directly got a rank at CA final level. So like during inter and foundation, I wasn't that too much serious for the rank and everything. But in finals, I felt like it will provide a boost to my future CV, and whenever I go for exposure or like whenever I seek job or anything, it will be like I am a AIR.
Oh, great. So, dear students, those who are watching this video, it is not necessary that to be AIR at CA final level, you have to be AIR at CA Foundation or Intern. So, it is not at all necessary, even though if you have not scored CA Foundation or CA Intern All India rank, still you can work hard, you can get the All India rank at CA final. So, it is no more like compulsion or I can say कि जो CA Foundation in Inter पे rank लेके था उसको ही final में rank आता है. So he is an example sitting just next to me. He is All India rank 27 at CA final with no other rank holdings at CA Foundation or Inter level. Great, nice meeting you,
Thank you.
Vishesh. Thank you so much for be with us. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much. Thank you so much.